Hey, welcome back to the Infinite Woman Universe Show. I'm your host, Angela, and today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to slay procrastination. So if you're a solo line service provider or trauma coach and you want to slay procrastination so that you can get all the things done, make sure you stay tuned. Hey, I'm Angela, trauma healer and self-sabotage slayer. I help solo line service providers and trauma coaches slay self-sabotage so they can embody freedom, live on their terms, and do business their way. And today we are diving into procrastination. And procrastination is a very subtle and secretive and sneaky way of self-sabotage. And usually if you are procrastinating over and over and over again, it's usually a sign that something deeper is truly going on. So if you would, I want to ask you in the comments, leave your answers below. What would you do every single day if you had procrastination completely slayed? I would love to hear from you. And while I have you, make sure that you like and subscribe. This just allows me to build my community and reach more solo line service providers and trauma coaches. And I love and appreciate you doing that and being here with me. I know that you can be doing other things, so thank you so much. Okay, let's dive into this content. If you're anything like me, you're ready to deal with this, you're ready to slay this, you want to be able to embody that freedom, you want to live on your terms, you want to do business your way, and you're tired of getting stuck by these imaginary blocks that you don't really know are even there, but you can see them. And sometimes you know that you're doing them, but you still cannot stop yourself from doing them. I have dealt with procrastination, and I have also helped my clients deal with procrastination. And a lot of it comes back to healing our childhood trauma and unlearning unhealthy conditioning and doing business our way. And that is going to be a huge factor in this. If you are not fully aligned with the work that you're doing, you're going to procrastinate. So you really have got to kind of do a soul check. Is this really the work that you want to be doing? Are you truly aligned with this? And if you are really struggling with that, or you don't know, then this is really what I help my clients with. We really do let go and heal childhood trauma and unlearn that unhealthy childhood conditioning so that you know exactly who you are and what it is that you want to do while you are living your life on this planet. And that means your life's work. That means that you're calling, stepping into your calling. What is that for you? And sometimes when we're bogged down by trauma or doing things that we think that we should be, we don't have a clear picture of what that truly is, and I help my clients with that. So I have one-to-one spaces available if you are interested in that. But let's dive right into this, okay? These are the 3 tips that will help you slay procrastination. And the first one is to make sure that your nervous system is reset and rewired. Now, you want to initially do this, and I know that as a trauma coach or even a solo line service provider, you know how important it is to respond to life rather than react. You know how important it is for you to feel safe within your body. But just because you know that it's important doesn't mean that you're actively practicing this or embodying this on a regular basis. So if this sounds familiar for you, make sure that you check out this guided meditation here. This will allow you to reset and rewire your nervous system. I recommend that you make sure that you have space and time where you won't be interrupted, but you also drink lots of water and allow yourself lots of rest after listening to this meditation. Just because it's a meditation does not mean that things won't come up for you, so make sure you check that out. And also, you want to make sure that you are regulating your nervous system on a regular basis. And when I say regular basis, I mean every single day. I know that since you're a trauma coach or a solo line service provider, that means that you have probably gone through some shit, okay? Everybody has gone through trauma, at least that's what I believe. So your job before you work is to make sure that you have a regulated nervous system. This will actually allow you to do things in less time and less energy, which is huge because that ultimately saves you a ton of money. So if you are regulated, you're going to be ready to do the work, especially if you are completely aligned with your work. So if you don't know how to regulate your nervous system on a daily basis, make sure you check out this video here. That will completely help you regulate your nervous system on a regular basis. Okay, since I have you here, make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate you being here so much. Let's dive into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to have fun before you work. I know that we have been completely conditioned that you are not allowed to have any fun until you work, that you have to do X, Y, and Z, and then you can reward yourself. And sometimes that really does work. Like if you're really building habits and things, that does help, absolutely. But if you're struggling with procrastination and you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do something, you're not allowed to have something until you do X, Y, and Z, I urge you to do the complete opposite. Doing the complete opposite will allow you to come into alignment so that you can fully feel ready and happy to do your work. When you do fun things before you start working and you feel in total alignment, you will get focused on your work and go in and do the work right away. There won't be any hesitation. There won't be any distraction. You will feel so good and so ready to do your work that you will just jump right into it. Now you might be thinking, well, what if I take it too far? The truth is that if you've healed your trauma and you have unlearned your unhealthy childhood conditioning, you cannot take the fun too far. That's just the reality of it. I would love to tell you, oh, there's this fix. The truth is that if you fear that you're going to take the fun too far, that's how you know that there's some real digging that needs to happen as far as your healing and your unlearning goes. So make sure that you are aware of that. Again, having fun allows you to come into alignment so that you can just get right to work, so that you are spending less time and less energy doing that, which ultimately saves you a ton of money. If you don't know anything about alignment or necessarily what that means, which I kind of struggle to believe that since you're a soul aligned service provider or trauma coach, but you can definitely check out this video here. That will help you come into alignment. Number 3 tip to help you slay procrastination is to do the hard stuff first. If you are doing the hard stuff first, you don't have to overthink anything. You don't have to worry about until the end of your day you're going to do this, and then by the time you get to your end of the day you're exhausted, and then you don't want to do it, and then you don't have the energy to do it. When you do the hard things on the first part of the day, maybe after you've done some fun, after you've done your self-care, you've regulated your nervous system, you feel accomplished. You feel like you've done something, and then you take that momentum and then you put it into showing up online. You put it into connecting with people, whatever the case may be. Do the hard stuff first so that you can get it over with. Sometimes the hard stuff is sending the emails, making those phone calls that you don't want to make. Maybe it's, connecting with people that you feel like you struggle with connecting with people. Whatever it is, you're going to be the only one that truly knows what that is. But if you struggle with what moves your business forward, make sure you check out this video here. That will really help you step into that. But do the hard stuff first. When you do the hard stuff first, it makes everything else so much easier, and then you won't have to procrastinate because there's nothing hard to do, and that will help you. These 3 tips will help you slay procrastination: resetting and rewiring your nervous system, allowing yourself to do something fun before you work, and doing the hard stuff first will allow you to slay procrastination so that you can get more work done in less time and less energy, and ultimately saving you a ton of money. If you struggle with self-sabotage and you are totally and completely ready to step into freedom, make sure that you contact me so that I can help you slay self-sabotage. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.